The night of June 7, 2021 began like any other in Hampton County, South Carolina, quiet, humid, and heavy with the slow hum of summer insects. But by the time the sheriff's deputies arrived at Moselle, the sprawling 1,700-acre Murdaugh estate, everything had changed. Lying near the kennels were Maggie Murdaugh, 52, and her youngest son, Paul, 22, both brutally gunned down. The family dogs barked into the dark woods as blue lights flickered across the property. It wasn't just another murder scene, it was the unmasking of a dynasty. For nearly a century, the Murdaugh family name was law in South Carolina's Lowcountry. 3 generations of Murdaughs served as solicitors, powerful local prosecutors who decided who would be charged and who would walk free. The family's law firm, Peters, Murdaugh, Parker, Eltzroth and Detrick, made millions suing on behalf of the injured, while behind closed doors, rumors whispered of influence, cover-ups, and quiet favors. To most, the Murdaughs were the embodiment of Southern success, wealth, charm, and the old red-bricked courthouse bearing their name. But beneath the surface was something rotten, something that had been festering for decades. In 2015, a young nursing student named Stephen Smith was found dead on a rural road in Hampton County. His car was untouched. His body bore strange injuries inconsistent with a hit-and-run. Rumors spread quickly, whispers that Stephen had been close to Buster Murdaugh, Paul's older brother. But the case was quietly shelved. No arrests, no suspects, no justice. For years, Stephen's mother, Sandy Smith, pleaded for answers. She stood alone against a wall of silence and power, and though law enforcement revisited his case after Maggie and Paul's deaths, no one has ever been held accountable. In 2023, the state finally called it what it was, a homicide, but it was far too late. Then came February 2019, a night that would rip open the seams of the Murdaugh family's perfect image. Paul Murdaugh, drunk and reckless, was piloting his father's 17-foot boat when it slammed into a bridge piling on Archer's Creek. 6 friends were thrown into the freezing water. Only 5 surfaced. Mallory Beach, 19, was missing for 7 days before her body was found miles downstream. Her death shattered the illusion. Witnesses told investigators Paul had been belligerent, screaming, laughing, and refusing to let anyone else drive. But before his trial could begin, the powerful family's influence crept in. Officers hesitant to charge him, evidence lost, names omitted from reports. Mallory's parents cried on national television, if it were anyone else, Paul would have been in jail that night. They were right. 2 years later, the boy who had escaped accountability would die violently on his family's land, shot with his own shotgun, his mother murdered beside him. Then there was Gloria Satterfield. For over 2 decades, she was more than just the Murdaughs' housekeeper. She was family. In 2018, she fell on the front steps of Moselle, suffering fatal head injuries. Her death was ruled accidental. But something didn't add up. After her funeral, Alex Murdaugh approached Gloria's sons, promising to help them financially. He filed an insurance claim, allegedly saying he would ensure they received the settlement. But the boys never saw a cent. Over $4 million was stolen through secret accounts and fraudulent documents. Even in death, Gloria was betrayed by the man she trusted most. Her body, investigators later said, may yet tell another story, for it has never been exhumed. After Maggie and Paul's murders, the spotlight turned on Alex Murdaugh himself, the once powerful lawyer, now unraveling in front of the world. First came the revelations. He had embezzled millions from his firm and clients. He had staged a bizarre roadside shooting, hiring a man to kill him for insurance money. He was addicted to opioids. His entire career had been built on deceit. When prosecutors pieced it all together, the picture was almost Shakespearean, a dynasty devoured by its own lies. Alex was convicted of murdering his wife and son in 2023, sentenced to life in prison without parole. Yet even behind bars, he maintains his innocence. And now, as appeals move forward and his lawyers argue for a new trial, the question echoes louder than ever. Why would a man who had everything, power, legacy, love, risk it all by murdering his own family? The Murdaugh saga didn't end in the courtroom. Its ripples still disturb the quiet rivers and back roads of South Carolina. Stephen Smith's mother still waits for justice, clinging to the hope that the truth about her son's death will one day come to light. Mallory Beach's parents have settled lawsuits but live with the ache that no one was ever imprisoned for the night their daughter died. Gloria Satterfield's sons continue their fight for answers, while investigators ponder whether her grave still holds the final piece of a puzzle built on deceit. 3 deaths, 3 families, 3 haunting stories that orbit around one powerful name. In the end, the Murdaughs' greatest weapon, their control of the justice system, became their curse. For generations, they manipulated truth, silenced the vulnerable, and bent the law to their advantage. But when the walls finally collapsed, it was the law itself that swallowed them whole. The same courtrooms that once protected them now echo with their downfall. The same small town that once feared them now whispers about how far they fell. In the pursuit of preserving the Murdaugh legacy, Alex destroyed it completely. Today, Moselle stands silent, the kennels overgrown, the fields quiet except for the hum of cicadas. The gates that once symbolized wealth now guard only ghosts. Visitors say the air feels heavy there, like it remembers. It remembers Maggie's last breath. It remembers Paul's panic. It remembers Gloria's fall, Stephen's screams in the dark, and Mallory's laughter fading into the night. And perhaps, if justice ever truly comes for them all, the land will finally rest. Until then, the story of the Murdaughs remains not just a tragedy of murder and greed, but a haunting lesson about power, corruption, and the high price of privilege in a world where some men once believed they were untouchable. Kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you would be notified for more true crime stories.